Over here, we actually mix quite a few programs in our homeschool. But y'all, I know that might sound or seem a little overwhelming. But just hear me out. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rene, homeschooling mom to a 12, a 9, and a 5-year-old. Y'all, see that title? Today we're going to be getting into what we got going on with pulling from different curriculum in our homeschool. I just recently shot an unboxing video for our curriculum for the upcoming school year. I'm letting you know this because after I uploaded that video, I did start getting some questions about what does mixing curriculum look like in your homeschool? So today we're going to talk all about those things. All right, so let me show you very quickly what we have been using for language arts for this past year that we've gone through. And then we'll kind of talk more about how I break this down. My method to my madness, y'all. All right, so ELA, vocabulary, spelling, look at my notes. Literature, grammar, handwriting, writing. So for vocabulary, we like the vocabulary cartoons. I've also been getting vocabulary from our literature program, which would be the online, which is what we've been using for BJU, both girls. So you already seeing that my vocabulary is coming from different places. For handwriting, Good and the Beautiful, pen time. Spelling, we've been using, not both of my girls are using this specific spelling, just my oldest daughter. I just pulled this so you guys can see, but we've been using Spelling You See. For writing, Structure and Style, this is for my baby girl, but both of them have been using IEW for their writing. Grammar, Fix It Grammar is what we've been using for grammar. And as of this year, guys, please go back and watch my kind of like my thinking out loud brain dump for why I'm thinking about mixing these curriculums and how I kind of put them together. Just my thoughts about planning this school year that we just currently went through. I will leave that link if you guys want to check it. It just gives you more context to what and why, how our year is looking because of the season that we are in life. So just check that out. You get more clarity. I just want to stick to the title of this video. Y'all, we've added in the Good and the Beautiful, 4th grader and my 6th grader. Y'all, okay. This is where we kind of start breaking things down. The Good and the Beautiful. This is what this curriculum offers. Literature, grammar and usage, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, writing. As you guys see, this is already overlapping from what I just recently showed you, right? And this for both guys. This is a 6th grader. Same. Literature, grammar, usage, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, and writing. All right. I have to say this before I go further. I have to say this, okay? Do not think that because I am overlapping some things that one curriculum or program might not offer everything you need. Let me explain why I say that. For the Good and the Beautiful, right? They do offer spelling, writing, and grammar literature. I did not specifically use literature, spelling, and writing in this program. Not because this program is not a good program when it comes to literature, spelling, and writing. I did not specifically use that because we are already pretty much established in those areas with the curriculum that I feel is working for my family at the time. When it comes to spelling, I did not use spelling here because we already had a spelling program that is working for my family, and I just did not want to have them bouncing between different spelling programs. My goal in our homeschool really is to get us using curriculum throughout, as in going through all the levels of the same program is my goal, and I just did not want to switch in between for that reason. Not saying that the spelling in here is not a good program. We already have something, and I just don't want to go back and forth. I want them to kind of be on some kind of routine. They're used to it, and I just want them to stick what is working and what they're used to. So that's why we did not use that for spelling. For writing, y'all, we already have been using structure and style, IEW, in our homeschool. I want to stick with this throughout. I'm already feeling like I'm getting programs where, okay, we're going to ride this out. Ride this out until you guys graduate. And this is one of the programs that I really feel strongly about when it comes to, we're going to ride this out. So that's why I did not use writing in The Good and the Beautiful. Not saying the writing from The Good and the Beautiful is not good. We just already have something that I want to stick with. Okay. So I feel like I just have to keep putting that out there, because I'm not bashing anything in the Good and the Beautiful. I'm just sharing it with you why we did, or why we're doing what we are doing. Okay. What else we did? Grammar also in the Good and the Beautiful, and we've been using Fix It Grammar. Y'all want to keep going with Fix It Grammar because we like it. But this is where I'm starting to show you guys how I am combining the different programs together. All right, let's go ahead and start there. Let's open a page in the Good and the Beautiful, and let me show you what we have going on. I would go through the Good and the Beautiful either a couple of days, like maybe on Sundays when I try to do my plan, or sometimes when life be lifing, I have to maybe the night before go through here, and it's pretty kind of, there we go here. I would X out what I don't want my girls to do. I X'd out, this is when they're getting into writing. I just X'd it out. But over here, when they're talking about like parts of speech, grammar, guess what? That's just fine. Vocabulary, another way to get some good vocabulary in, fine. But just when it came to the writing and the spelling, can you see? Here we go. And then what I do want her to do, not X'd out. And she'll just go through it just like that. Here's another one when it gets to writing again. Just cross that out. Same here. So that's kind of how it looked for us when it came to the Good and the Beautiful, with how they went through this program. We have been using Fix It. Fix It is just, hey, you coming in, doing a sentence today. Just black and white. You go in, get what you need to get done, and you're done with it for the day. Nothing wrong with this approach at all. However, I do like how grammar is being taught in the Good and the Beautiful as well. And I don't see anything wrong with getting different perspectives in different curriculums. And my children really like it. And we had a good moment the other day, me and my middle child, where she was just like, oh, I see this now. We've been doing Fix It Grammar, and we came into the Good and the Beautiful, and she was like, oh, I see. And that's, to me, that's just like, there's nothing wrong with switching up different programs just to get a different perspective. You may see something differently in one that you don't see in another thing. So I just thought that was a really, really good moment for her and that just makes me feel really, really good. Like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something right. I am doing something. I'm on to something, right? Just trying to show you like just some grammar. And I like how they have the diagramming sentences too. I'll show you that. And y'all, I have flip throughs of the good and the... I actually have flip throughs, I think, for everything I just showed you. I can link all those down below as well if you guys want to check out any flip throughs. So you can kind of get an idea of curriculums before you go through with purchasing. Also, y'all, in here, Good and the Beautiful, I like that they have where you were reading poetry. So you're getting that in there as well, just from a different perspective. We do poetry with IEW as well, the poetry memorization. But in here, we're getting poetry done as well. Also, Good and the Beautiful has art in there. And it is just really another cool way to get some art in. And geography. Geography, we've been using trick geography. We use quite a bit. We're getting geography from quite a bit of curriculums. But guess what? They have geography in here too. Beautiful, right? Now, for the Good and the Beautiful, y'all, we do not use this every day in our homeschool. So keep that in mind as well. Another thing too, y'all, I have to add for why we are doing what we're doing. Some days we can't get to our literature. For example, for BJU, since that is an online program, we in our homeschool have to incorporate card school because I have a 5-year-old that has to go to therapies a couple of days out of the week. So for BJU, since it's online, we can't get to this sometimes throughout the week. So that's another really good time where I throw in the Good and the Beautiful for us. Yeah, I'm really just trying really hard to incorporate things to make things work for where we are in the season of life that we're in right now. So that's another reason why like things look a little different with just choosing different things, trying to make it work with what we got going on. And so far, I really feel like I'm on a good path with things and how things are going. Like I said, I am learning, still trial and error. Next year will be year 4 for us. I feel like we're on a really, really good road, but there's always things to learn. There's always different things that I have to research just to kind of keep us on a path. But I really feel like from what we have been doing, it has really been working well for us. Also, when it comes to like vocabulary cartoon, we like to go through it. This is not something that we do every day, but this is here whenever I do want to just switch up vocabulary. This is here, and we pair this with our School Nest notebooks. But like I said, they get vocabulary out of the books that we're reading, BJU, out of the Good and the Beautiful. So I feel really good about them getting their vocabulary in. I just want you guys to know that this is not something that we use every day. Neither is this. So that's also just some clarity. But I know it was just more so how are you mixing in with the Good and the Beautiful. But that's how we've been incorporating that into our homeschool year this far. And it has been working really, really well. Y'all, we also use, just to add it on top to be like, girl, please, you doing way too much. Night Zookeeper. Night Zookeeper has been working too. You know, I just feel like sometimes things can get to, it just feels like you're doing the same things over and over. It's nothing wrong with just kind of having, for us, learning different approaches. We have been really enjoying this. I really loved the Good and the Beautiful in our homeschool this year. So much so, y'all seen the unboxing video. She's unboxed the 5th grader language arts and literature. Check that video out, y'all. I had a good time. So that pretty much sums up how I know specifically the comments were, how are you mixing the Good and the Beautiful in with everything else that you have going on? Hope that answers your question. If not, go down to the comments. I will be there to help as best as I can. One thing, y'all, I have been learning about homeschooling is I love the customization to each one of your kiddos and just growing with the trial and error. That has actually been a blessing. I know sometimes that can be a little frustrating when something does not work, but you just try something else. That's what we've been doing. And whatever works, works. Whatever doesn't, just doesn't. And I just like how it's okay to pull from different curriculums, even though some of them may overlap. For us, that has been working. Everybody has their own way to kind of come at the curriculums they choose, but for us, it has been working. So hope I did not overwhelm anybody. Hope I didn't frustrate anybody with like, girl, you need to just stick with one thing and roll with it. I hope that what I shared kind of provided some clarity as to my thought process and then my method behind everything we have going on for our language arts. I will see you guys in an upcoming video. Until then, I will see you later. Bye.